Hey there everybody, and welcome back to Queerful Consideration and our very first Dragons Fate Reforged draft. I'm your host, JT. No co-host tonight. It is late and everyone else is asleep, and I am taking this time to come on in one day late into the release drafts and try to join an 8-4. Because 8-4s is what we do here on Queerful Consideration. I actually haven't talked much about that. I really do prefer being in the 8-4s. I feel like sometimes I just feel like I'm wasting my time in the Swiss. And it's not because my win rate is so excessively high. I don't have a rating up in the 1900s or anything. But I do really like playing when there's something on the line. I am a bit of a gambler. I like playing when the stakes are high, so certainly don't mind playing in a PTQ. I certainly wouldn't mind playing in a larger event. And even if the EV is not necessarily there, because, like cons is no good. I'd always rather play in the 2-man queues than in the tournament practice area. I like playing when there's at least something on the line. So that's probably a character flaw. But there we have it, and that's why you are only going to get 8-4 experiences here, unless it's some kind of pre-release nonsense or cube or something special. But generally, I like drafting whatever the standard format is at the moment, the current format, and staying on top of that game. So here we are, we're going to launch in. This is going to be my very first of these drafts, and it looks like we opened a good one here. This guy right here, Sidisi, our rare, is a 5-mana 4/6 with Death Touch, which is fine. It's just fine. But the exploit tutoring for your other best card in your deck is just outstanding. Taking a look at what else is in here, this is a fine sideboard card. It's really going to matter more for standard or constructed formats than anything else. This thing's kind of cool. It's like a delayed Bitter Revelation. I like it. This thing actually seems playable, and if there's going to be any deck in which this thing is playable, it's going to be blue-black, I think, as a control. Other things in this pack that look interesting, well, the Marsh Hulk it's big. It's basically a version of the old Woolly Loxodon, sorry. And the Elk Herd is quite good. But I'm just going to go ahead and pick up Sidisi here, and let's see what else we get. Well, coming up next, we have this guy. This guy could go nicely into a deck that wants to utilize exploit, to exploit that mechanic. Bolster and then boost everything. It's cool. I could see it being good, but I really want to be in those classic Abzan colors. This is nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong with this. I'm going to go ahead and reserve that. Dutiful Attendant, I really like this. I really like the value here. The Skirmisher's a fine little guy. This guy is actually really good. This is kind of the Phalanx of this set, the returned Phalanx. And I think he's really undervalued right now. That being said, Lightwalker and Sandcrafter Mage is the curve that everyone's talking about, and it's a good one. But I think I'm going to go for this big old thing and see if we can get some kind of exploit shenanigans going. Wow. Whenever this guy attacks, you bolster 1. My God, I have a hard time turning down something like this. This is basically a do-nothing. I'm not really into that. This is a good trick, and this is value. This is a great trick, and this is value. As much as I like this, a 3-mana 1/1 is tough. It is a tough sell. Twin Bolt is removal, and I wouldn't mind moving in that direction. The Rocket Goat, I heard somebody call this card the other day. That would be, oh gosh, what is his name? Another video drafter called it that. The question is, are either of these cards good enough for me to stay there, or is one of these other cards, I mean, Twin Bolt, Mist Hoof, Glade Watcher are all good enough that I kind of want to go in one of those directions. But you know what? I'm just gonna coat with Venom. It's a quality trick, and I think it's worth staying in black right now. Now, looking at blue, Take 'em Strike is fine, but it's not great. The Bear is fine. Center Soul is actually a really good trick, but man, the best card, just a straight falter, huh? Wow. Just strict falter. The Rocket Goat is a really good card, and getting it 4th pick, I think, is something. Jamoka's Gift is fine. But this thing is really good. I'm going to take that as a sign, because Sibzik Icebreakers is just strictly disadvantage, and I don't think I can handle that. Dance the Skywise is pretty cool. You know, turn your guy into a flying 4/4. Okay. The Dragon Tutor is cute, but in the wrong color. Champion of Aerishin versus Exploit. Well, if we want to go down this theme of maximizing our exploits, this is the thing. I'm not sure if Drain 2 is worth it in general. And I don't think Durgan Nemesis is worth it necessarily. I do really like this Glade Watcher, though. I like the Glade Watcher, I like the Aegis, and the Champion is a card. It's a card, but I'm going to take this Glade Watcher and see where we go. I think it's actually the best in the pack. And here we are. It looks like we're kind of immediately rewarded. Like, yeah, this is fine. It's a thing. It's an interesting trick. I haven't seen anybody really go nuts with it. No. This is a fine card. I like that. Again, we've got our Drain, but this is one of the best morphs around. I mean, 3/4 for 4 with Reach is a great rate. I'll take a Giant Spider with Upside. This thing is actually not terrible. This thing is a real card. I'm going to go ahead and take these Bowmasters and see where it goes. And here we go. Green looks to be wide open right now. Now, these are 2 tricks. This one's pretty bad. This one's not terrible. This one's okay. Herd Chaser, huh? It's kind of the worst of the batch. There's no red in any, or there's no black in this pack. Dragon Fodder's a real card. So is the Warbrute, honestly. But I'm going to go ahead and take this dragon, just because it's a morph. Wow, another one. Here we have a Beastbreaker and a Marsh Hulk. The Beastbreaker is actually not bad. The Beastbreaker is problematic for people to deal with. This thing is also huge, right? And if we're just going to ramp into stuff, this guy's big. He's definitely worthwhile. A bear that later gets upside, or a morph. You know what? I'm going to go for the bear right now. Alright, so creature tokens, I don't think I'm really going to have to worry about creature tokens here, and the Servant of the Scale is a fine 1-drop. The nice thing I like about it is a 1-drop 1/1, and when it dies, you get to transfer anywhere you like. It's great for exploit, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. Scavenger, exploiting, or bolstering 2. I don't like it. What is this Lightwalker still doing in the pack? Let's see, do I want a strict bear? You know what, I'm gonna diversify here. On the off chance, do I want a tapper? Bolstering spree? Gosh. This thing seems like it do nothing. I'm going to sideboard it. I'll sideboard that. I'll sideboard that. I'll sideboard that. So, really, when we look at this, I'm going to sort by color. This thing is kind of an off. Hey, you know what? It was a flyer. Green is what showed itself to be open in that pack. And we've got a really big bomb black card and a couple quality white cards. So let's see what we get here. Explosive Vegetation would certainly help me drafting creatures you control. Good lord. It's a 5/5 that gives everyone prowess. Face down creature spells you cast one less to cost. So I can morph for cheaper. This guy. Okay, so it turns up to become a 3/2 and puts a counter on something. That actually seems really good. And I am running some morph spells. Do I want to take this? Helps you morph things that eventually... look. This thing seems good. I have exactly one non-creature spell, and that's a Coat with Venom. I'm going to go ahead and stay green right now. See what we get. That's a real card. Ultimate Price. Tough to pass that up. Also a good Kieran. Tread Upon is a green trick. I'm going to take the Ultimate Price here. It's just straight removal, and I'll take it. Coat with Venom kind of serves as removal too. Haven't seen any of the new Bear Punch. Whatever it is, the conflict card. The fight removal, but it's +1/+3, I believe. Haven't seen any of those in these packs. If I had to look at it, it's a DC, Ultimate Price, Mistooth, Lightwalker. These are just significant cards, and I've got a lot of ways to put counters on things, so Lightwalker's not terrible here. Either one of these things really does fit. Revealing Wind is a fog with scan. Yeah, that's no good. Black card. Well, that's black removal. The bear is also fine, and Artful Maneuver is a fine combat trick. I'm going to go ahead and take the removal here. Oh, speaking of removal, Acid Spewer is fine. I'm not sure my 4/4 Flying Death Touch is the biggest thing in the world. This Carp is killing me. Hi, Dan. Strictly better than Dan. Let's see here. Center Soul is cool. Pacifism is good removal. But so is Flatten and Deathwind. Flatten's actually a little better rate than Deathwind, but Deathwind is so flexible. I'm going to take it. Here we get Flatten, Dragon Scarred Bear, Marshhulk. I'm going to go for the Flatten. Now we're starting to get some removal. If we take the white out here, and we figure out, are we going to splash for that blue? Where does that put us? Well, the Elk Herd is a real card. I do like me a Servant of the Scale. Let's look at our casting cost. You are a morph. You guys are not. Yeah, I'll take a 5-drop here. I could pick up some more morphs. That's for sure. Ooh, hey. Speaking of the Woolly Loxodon, there's my guy. I've already got a bear. I've already actually got a lot going on at the 2-drop slot here. And I'll take that combat trick. Combat trick or a flying evasive combat trick? The can't block. Yeah, it's dash, and getting 2 in the air on surprise is a pretty nice way to finish somebody off, but I think I've got a lot to do with my mana already in this deck. And so my problem here at this point is that Sidisi, when it comes to tutoring something up, I don't really see anything that I want to tutor so badly. That's an option. It's an option. Versus another 5-drop. I'll put it in the sideboard. Ugh, we got another one of these, huh? I'm not sure I want to run 2 of those. I'm going to put another one of those in the sideboard. A yearling. I will add that to my picks happily. That is a 3-drop that I am happy to get. You are a morph. Yes, okay. Sideboard. Well, I probably should have taken the carp. Resupply. Alright. So I got a lot to do with the 2-drop slot. I've got a lot of fine targets for Sidisi to kill. He's a fine target for it. You know, wow. That card. 6 mana 4/4 that has upside when it dies. Feral Cruciak, or just a straight Typhoid Rats. Huh. You know, the Cruciak is a fine 5-drop. It is a fine 5-drop, but I already have 2, and the Alkerd is a strictly better 5-drop. This is a 6-drop that's got, you know, it is quite good. This actually helps me splash. Lets me splash my big-ass dragon. And I think I'm going to take it. Since nothing else is super compelling in that pack, I'm going to go with the fixing. Now here, that card's great. That card is going to catch somebody, probably me. There's literally no black card except black-white, and the only green card in the pack is Formless Nurturing. That being said, I'll take a 4-drop. Green-blue helps me fix. What do we have in my actual black? Reach of Shadows. Ooh. Reach of Shadows. I am still short on playables here. I'm going to hope that Thornwood Falls come back around. I can't really give up fixing like that, or removal like that. Now, speaking of fixing, this guy's no good in my deck. This guy is good. This guy fixes, which has value, and it's a 2-drop, which also has value, right? I mean, from an exploit standpoint, it's good. Yeah, this guy here is a 4-drop. Interestingly enough, I don't have a whole lot of black permanents. I'm going to go ahead and take this. In fact, I only have 1 black permanent. I think I'm in the wrong colors. I'm going to go ahead and take this to help me fix some. Cash Defenses is fine. Alicia's Vanguard is fine. Ugin Construct. Well, I don't think I want to be sacrificing any more permanents than I already am. Lotus Path Gen is great. Cached Defenses, Alicia's Vanguard. You know, frankly, I just think I need the creatures at this point. There's nothing, I mean, literally nothing inspiring about that creature. Return to the Earth. Yeah, okay, man, more Lotus Path Gens. Yeah, I think I'm just in the wrong colors here, guys. This helps, and so does this. Whisper of the Wilds or Grim Contest. I'm going to take the butt fight. It's removal. And now I just need more butts. This is actually not bad, but I need creatures. I'm short on them. Now I'm getting there. Typhoid Rats, Blessing. Harsh Sustenance. Okay, take it out of the pack. Harsh Sustenance again. Wow. Well, black is heavily drafted here, but black-white is not a combination getting drafted. I'll take another Nurturing. I'm not sure I'm going to run it. Yep, that's a fine card. I'm not going to be splashing any of my white, I don't think. I mean, although that's an option. None of that. I'm going to counter this. Take out the counter spell. Take out the skirmisher. Maybe I could have been white, but I guess got attached to my Sidisi here. But I did pick up removal here. I've got all of my removal is actually black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a removal combat trick. Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of liking where I ended up here. Let's see here. Let's group creatures separately. And let's put my morphs on their morph. Herd Chaser, you're a morph. Stampeding Elkherd, not a morph. Alicia's Vanguards, not morphs, although they can dash. Glade Watcher, you're fine. Shield Bearer, you're good. Beastbreaker, you've got potential. Yearling, you are solid. Just solid. Alright, coming down here. Yeah, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 solid removals. You're a creature. So really I've got 15 creatures, 9 others. I could cut something. I could run straight 16 lands in this deck, but you know, I want to get to 6 and 7 mana here. And I want to be able to do, and 7 mana here. I want to be able to do multiple things in a turn, so I don't think that's the right way to go. Tread Upon, it's going to be nice to have a combat trick besides Coat with Venom. I like Return to the Earth as removal, but frankly, I don't think we need it. I think we can sideboard it in when we see a lot of juicy targets for it. And I think 15 creatures, 8 others is a fine way to go here, especially since I'm doing the nurturing and I'm hoping to manifest one of these creatures. Yeah. Yeah, manifest that guy. So he's a 4/4, and then when I swing, turns him into a 5/5. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of cool. Can flip this guy up if he's manifested for 2 mana. That doesn't seem bad. The Megamorph cost is when he puts his own 1/1, although if I flip him up for 2, I can put a 1/1 on just 1 creature. So, you know, it's got some flexibility here. The question is, do I put this Death Dealer into my deck? Well, I've got the guide to help me fix. These Vanguards are not exactly exciting, and I feel like I could take one out just fine. Yeah, I like having a flying threat. So I'm going to put this Dismal Backwater and this island in because it's alternate art island. I've got 1, 2, 3 sources of it at that point, which is good. I think that's good to splash. I think 3 sources is a fine splash. I'm going to take you down. Let's see what we got here. Sort by color and combine groups. That's a black card. That's a black and a blue card. Let's add basic lands. Got a couple double greens in there. Got a couple, you know what, we already have a black and blue, so that's 8 and 8. We'll go 7 and 8. Give me 4 sources of that. And technically it's another black source too, this Anot guide. So 6, 7, 8 black sources, 8 green sources, 4 blue sources? Wow, that actually seems surprisingly decent. Alright, well, so this is my draft, and I'm going to go ahead and submit deck, and I'll continue talking to you for a second. Oh, round 1 is beginning right now, so I won't. I will see you in round 1 immediately.